Hello and welcome. You're watching The Buzz with me, your host, Queen Banda. In today's Buzz, we're going to be hearing from the Garden Club and how they say that gardening can help feed your soul. So stay tuned. So tell us a little bit about Garden Club, what it is.
Garden Club was started in the 1930s by a group of women in Wareham, and it was called the Garden Lovers Club. And then it expanded, and then it joined the Garden Federation of Massachusetts and the National Federation of Garden Clubs. And we meet once a month. Our members have programs. We have 2 scholarships that we work. We do fundraisers for scholarships and for civic beautification. And this is part of our civic beautification. In order to belong to the National Federation of Garden Clubs, you have to do 2 things. Garden therapy, which we do once a month right now at the Gateway Adult Center. We bring a natural product, design work with flowers with them or something like that, a project. And civic beautification. We take care of many gardens in town. What we call now Pizzoli Square, which is the parking lot downtown. We do the lighthouses, we do this, we do the town hall, up at the town hall. We have a memorial garden on the corner of Oak Street and Minot Forest. Minot.
Pizzoli Square, we got the lighthouse.
Right. We have
different
there's like
projects around
post office. There's about 12 gardens that we take care of, and we sign up for gardens, separate gardens, and we have a team leader, and we have a landscape designer who helps us figure out what we're putting in, and we do.
Now, what does it take to be in a garden club? How can somebody join?
Somebody that wants to work hard.
Or
For the
have fun.
community.
I have to say, we have a lot of fun working together with like-minded people. We do programs on garden design, but not all of us are designers. Not all of us are gardeners. We do education pieces. We meet once a month, and we have a program and a tea, and we do scholarships for Wareham students. They don't have to go to Wareham High School, but they need to live in Wareham.
Yes.
So we have that, and now we have established one for those who have gone on to college and need more help after college. So we have 2 scholarships. It's just a lot of fun, the programs we do. So.
Now, when I met you, you said that this town means a lot to you, especially being involved and doing garden club. May you please share us a story of why you're very involved in this town?
Well, we were
I was
born
born
here.
here.
We were born here. And I lived right down the street in the Faring Tavern was my grandparents' home, and I lived there until I was 7. And when I was a little girl, this was the boys' club, remember?
Oh, yeah.
And they had a pool table, and they had checkers and Chinese checkers, and they had a whole gym set up in here.
Yes.
So we'd walk here, and we'd play on the green. It was our neighborhood. And I think that Wareham feeling and the spirit and the identity with Wareham is such a wonderful, wonderful town to live in. I don't think people know all the history that's involved in Wareham, and the true grit of the people that lived here established it. And it's a wonderful community. And that's what our garden club is. People with, yes. No, go ahead, Bob.
No, I don't. Like I said, well, my family grew up here, brought us up here, and
I think my
I'm
mother
from-
went to
yeah.
school with your
where
father.
else am I gonna
Yeah.
go? Welcome
Oh,
to
well.
New England.
I love it. I don't live in Wareham now. I live in a neighboring town, but this is so deep in our roots. And I mean, we were like 5 generations here, you know? So,
Now, when does garden club start and when does it end?
okay, we start in September and we go through June is our annual meeting. And we say we're off for July and August, but we're out working the gardens. You know, we have to set up a watering schedule, prune, weed, all that stuff, feed, you know. So we are all assigned, we join different gardens, or some people do the garden therapy.
Now, who is in charge of the whole thing in terms of what to buy and where to go? Who is the team leader?
All right, I'm the team leader for this garden.
All right.
So I buy for this garden and I'm reimbursed. But we have civic beautification, and right now in charge of civic beautification is Sandy Slavin. So we will change in June to different offices, and I believe Christine Dekas will then be Civic Beautification come June. So
Wonderful. Now,
2 years.
how long have you been involved in the garden club?
I'm a newcomer. I used to work for a living, and now I give my time to the town of Wareham and the garden club. And in the garden club knows what direction to go in, so I hung out with these girls, and they are awesome. You know,
she's
so.
a terrific worker. I've been in Garden Club for almost 12 years.
Yes.
I was a past president just 2 years ago, and same thing too. I was a professional nurse all those years and worked and raised a family. So when I retired, this is wonderful.
Now, I know it's very important to keep our garden wonderful and to take care of the environment, but from you ladies, why is it so important, do you think, for people to be involved or to get to learn about the garden club and what it has to offer?
Sharing and giving.
Sharing and giving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only that, but our town is beautiful.
Yes.
Why not just accent the beauty that it has? And the other thing is conservation, preserving what we have too. It's very important to pass on to our children and our grandchildren the love of the earth. And if you come out and work in the garden and are outside, you have a whole different spirit. It feeds your spirit. Yeah.
Do you think that the garden feeds your spirit?
Yes, I think it does.
How long have you been involved?
3 years. I moved here from New Jersey, and it's a good way to meet people because my kids are grown up and they lived in Wareham at the time. This is my grandson.
How do you like it so far?
It's okay.
What does your grandmother have to have you doing today?
I just keep cutting wood and stuff.
Yes. Are you gonna do this, you think, in the future? You like doing it?
Kinda.
What do you like about it?
That I like to cut stuff.
Very good.
So, I mean, you tell me about what is going on here today, what you came to do.
Right. We're trying to get back to the watering everything because we've had a drought for so long, and we're mulching to try to hold it down. But we'll be back. We'll have sign-up sheets for all of us here. We'll take turns coming and watering because our trees were in a lot of danger. Last year it was really bad, and this year they recovered a little bit. But this year we need to do more and more to get them back so that we don't lose them.
Now, do you get, apart from being reimbursed, as you mentioned, like when you come here, you're the team leader, you buy for this group and to take care of these gardens. Where does the club get the funding in order to
Okay.
be more effective?
It comes out of the Civic Beautification budget, which is we put on a fall and spring plant show right over at the Methodist Meeting House over there. And we have a large Christmas fair, always the first Saturday of December. And it's our own greens that we cut, and we make designs. We make the not just the wreaths, but sprays or whatever. You know, it's all homemade, and we have a fabulous homemade Christmas cookie homemade that you come in and buy.
Wow.
Yeah, lots of nice things. So
Okay, I need to check that out.
fundraisers, yes.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for taking your time and to educate us more. It sounds wonderful. I myself got to learn more about the garden club than I thought it was.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad you did. And,
I know that there's a show coming up in May 12th.
May 12th, we're having a small standard flower show, and it's on Thursday, and it's at the St. Patrick's Hall. It will be welcome to people who want to stop in, but I believe it's open to the public around 1 or 1:30. Do you know, Barbara? It's not our usual. It's not our usual time. We usually meet at 9:30 on that Thursday, but because it's judges will come in and judge the designs. And horticulture too. There'll be examples of horticulture because some of the people in our group are gardeners and grow fantastic flowers, plants, fruit, vegetables, everything. So it's a different time. I think it's around 1 or 1:30, but
Thank you for watching The Buzz with me, your host, Queen Banda. Stay tuned for next week.